My name's Mike Abrahams. I'm chairman of Dudley Council for Voluntary Services. It's a job I've been doing for the last 16 years. I'm fairly deeply involved with young folks, particularly in regard to the Duke of Edinburgh's Award, where I do the administration for the West Mercia Scout County. And that county covers the boroughs of Dudley, Walsall, Wolverhampton and Sandwell. They have certain aspects. There's volunteering for varying periods depending on what level they're working at. They have to have a skill. They have to do a physical activity, and they have to do an expedition. Things like the expedition, you have to train them how to navigate, and that's done through practice. And you'll know when they reach the level where they can achieve, where to push them farther forward. I would have thought at the end of the day it gives them a degree of satisfaction that they have done something which they perhaps thought they won't ever achieve actually. Talking about volunteers and volunteering, I would recommend it to anybody really.
I'm Rick Saunders, aka Willis the Poet, and I'm here in the lovely art yard in the sunshine doing a poetry portrait of Mick/Mike Abrahams.
My name's Steve Grigg. I'm here to hopefully produce a portrait of Mike Abrahams. Well, my father was a commercial artist. He drew for children's comics, for the Dandy and the Beano. He drew Corker the Cat, Desperate Dan, loads of others, and also Saucy Seaside Postcards, so he did the two extremes of art, if you like. In later life he suffered from dementia, so I took early retirement to be a carer for my dad till he died when he was 97. So I needed something to do in my spare time, so I'd never done any art, so I thought, well, I'll have a go, see if any of his ability, any of his talent sort of rubbed off, and I had a go at portraits and did one or two friends which I seem to like, so that's what I do. I just do portraits for a bit of fun.
This is a poem about Mike Abrahams, and it's called There's No Flat Spots in Dudley, and it goes like this. There's a life well lived, then there's Mike Abrahams, 84 years young, but if you add up all the years end to end that he has worked and volunteered for all that he supports, all the good causes, then he's nearer 184 years old. Now that's a life well lived. With Mike there's no half measures. When he commits, he really commits, with competitive zeal, a glint in the eye for being the best at all he does. Infectious, that enthusiasm. Even the mundane, the admin, the treasury, does not dampen the spirit, nor the Welsh rain dripping through the canvas of the scout tent under Mike's attentive gaze. 15 years old and good enough for England football trials. Could have been a Baggies pro if they had shown their youth the respect that they deserve. Instead it's 41 years amateur footy, because Cresconians recognise a good thing when they see one. And I sense he still kicks a ball about from time to time in the dead of night, when his dreams take him back to his left back days. Captain, player, leader, on and off the pitch. If not football, then athletics. If not athletics, then something else. Driven, loyal, capable, fit as a fiddle. There's no flat spots in Dudley when Mike goes on a training spree. A love of the outdoors, hills and lakeland, scouting out the possibilities, always on the lookout for fresh challenge, new adventures. He's been involved with young folk all his life, in one way or another, showing them the ropes, the knots, what not to do, how to achieve, even if it takes a year or two for bronze, silver or gold. Mike remains the constant, dependable at the back, keeping an eye out on the goals. One thing leads to another for this accommodating man, chairman of this, treasurer of that, school governor of the other. Even finds time for a marriage, 58 years strong, 4 kids along the way. And I ask him how long he thinks he can go on. Until I'm 6 feet under, I suppose, as if I didn't know the answer to that one as soon as I open my mouth. Ask him why he dedicates himself to others, and chuckling, he'll tell you that it's something to do. Dig deeper and the truth is soon revealed, that to give back what you give fuels achievement, provides a purpose. And while pipe and slippers might appeal to some, it's not the Mike Abrahams way. He'd rather be out there helping out in some way. And when you think you've got the measure of this man, there's another story to be found about his training as a pilot or 6 months national service on the ground in Ireland with the troubles, the chaos, the disorder. Smuggling butter back across the border to send home to his mother. Just another episode of putting others first, and clearly not for the last time. I think we should be able to bottle the essence of Mike Abrahams, give it out for free on every street corner in the country. We could call it inspiration, dab it behind their ear, on the wrist of every person in this nation, so that when Mike finally decides to hang up his boots, we will see a whole army of people stepping up to start 184 years worth of community for free.